Patron, take them away.
Okay, guys. I'm going to be doing an experiment on the DAX. Now, it's quite a difficult experiment, but only if I don't plan it. Now, I've already planned this out fully to start with, but I haven't picked the direction, I haven't picked the market, and I haven't picked when to trade. Somebody's done that for me. I'm just going to follow my process of what I do, and then I'm going to see if I can generate some money from it. Let me just flick this over and I'll kind of highlight it. So, in the group, we were discussing in the Zoom call mindset, and we're talking market neutral. So we put a bunch of markets in and asked them to do a poll. Well, the poll was trade on the morning, trade it long, because that was the way to go, and the biggest vote was the DAX. Right, okay. So what I've done is I've gone in and I put my 2 penneth in as to what I think this market is going to be doing, and then I started doing the markup. So they know what I'm virtually looking for before I go to market. Now, the bloody thing's dumping off. Is this a problem? Well, no, because I've got it planned out. I know exactly what it is that I'm looking for. So the general gist of this market, if I was to sort of pull out to a daily and we look at this, is we've got a downtrend here, which is a pullback against this movement here. It's gone up, it's failed, and it's actually now starting to push down. Brilliant. And they've told me to go long. Right, okay. So, what's this telling me? Well, this is telling me the same story. This thing's going down. Right, bollocks. Excellent. But I want to go long. This is telling me the same story again. Screamed up. Sellers came in, rattled it down. The buyers had a real hard time pushing it back down again. Okay. By definition, I'll have to scalp this. So what I'll do is, I'll come here and I'll look for the last major move. Last major move is this fib here. There's this big drop. Now that means I can put a fib on and I can see where key bouncing points are. Now I've already put some in, but I'm going to put a couple of extras in because these are going to help me. Now when they're in blue, all they represent are just areas of interest. They're not really anything more. And I'm going to stay inside of this trading arena if I can help it. Now, if it gets through, I can see here it's starting to fail, so we can look at this as well. All right. But there are areas of target. Now, this has an ATR of around 195, which breaks it down to a target of about 20 pips. But I know I'm going against the grain, so that might be foolhardy as well. So I'm going to look for about 10. Okay. Take it down to 5 so I can see what's going on. Right, there's the collapse. What's the 50% mark of this move here? Okay. Right, so the top of there is a possibility. Okay. How many pips down is it from there? Well, I want 10. Right, okay, cool. So I can easily get 10 pips in this white section, in and around this area, based on what I'm looking at. All right. So how am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to do what's called candle flipping. Candle flipping is following red candles till it flips over into a green one. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put an order here and I'm going to follow them all the way down till eventually they take me in, and hopefully they should grab me around 10 pips, probably in and around here. So let me drop an order in. I'm not going to go merry mad with it. So first order is going to be, I'm going to put it about halfway down that big candle. And we're going to target 10 pips. Okay. Right. So there's the bounce point. So we're targeting the top of the candle, 10 pips down. Now, as that closes, I'll then move that to the top of the close of that. All right. Why? Well, it's just common sense. So that's the game plan. That's what I'm doing. I'll leave the camera running and we'll see if I'm right, but you'll see this being trailed down. These key bouncing points, you can see it's bouncing here. The next bounce point's there. If it breaks through, I'll readjust it and I'll start putting in bounce points underneath this area, because this will be the next zone that it works in, because it has a chance to maybe have a look at this. But that's only a 5-minute chart, so it doesn't really hold a great deal of weight. And we'll see. Let's play this out. Okay guys, I've killed the trade off because it's done 10 pips, which is initially what we were targeting for. We've actually done a little bit better than 10 pips, slightly over target. All these little 2 quids add up and they make the job a bit easier. But the premise of this particular trade was to show you can be market neutral. Doesn't matter what the product is, doesn't matter what your direction is, as long as you have a steady plan. I stuck to that plan. I waited for criteria. I sat and looked that I'm probably going to be going against the grain, so I wasn't going to be stupid. And because I wasn't stupid, I was going to say safe. And I basically worked out what a minimum target was and halved it. Half the risk, half the hassle, and half the target. But I'd rather have half of a winner than 100% of a loser. And looking at this, it's kind of turning red now. It's possibly going to spike down. You can kind of see it. There's a little bit of indecision coming in here. If it runs, it'll bounce here and then come back. It's hard to say. Look at the market. It's all over the place. But it's 5 minutes. What's it actually telling me? Not a great deal. So I needed to look at this. And this told me it was going down. So, and there you are. You can see it's oscillating backwards and forwards. But every time it goes down, there's got to be a resurgence. And that resurgence, this bit here, were the bits that I wanted to grab. Now, if I was trading this properly, I'd probably be trading it short. And instead of using these to enter, I'll be watching it pushing up to go the other way. Patience and plan. So there you go. That was done for the guys in the Discord, purely, which is where I spend most of my time. And put it to the test. They called the time. They called the trade. They called the market. Can't be any fairer than that. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.